Hello everyone, so today's lesson is going to be on nouns and capitalization. Nouns are generally defined as a person, place, or thing. Some examples of a person might be a girl, a firefighter, Tom, dentist, or a father. Places might be Chino, a town, forest, or Africa. And things might be a ball, a flower, a bird, a car, or even peanut butter. Below are some images of some other nouns. We have a cactus over here, we have Mickey Mouse right here, and then we have Disneyland right here. So really, if you look around us, you're going to be able to find nouns pretty much everywhere. An abstract noun is a noun that is a quality or idea. Some idea examples would be bliss, chaos, love, or knowledge. Some quality ideas would be cleverness, jealousy, laziness, or beauty. And below are some images of chaos right here, and what I think represents laziness is this lizard. He's looking pretty lazy. Now, when do we capitalize nouns? Next, we're going to find out when specifically do we capitalize these items. So, starting this off is names of specific people. Some specific people might be Marley, Tom Jones, Mickey Mouse, or the Akins family. These are all specific people, so they would need to be capitalized when writing. Days of the week, months, and holidays are also items that need to be capitalized when writing. So some examples of that might be Sunday, June, and Christmas. We do not capitalize the seasons of the year, so winter, fall, spring, and summer. Those are not capitalized when writing. Next, we would capitalize ranks and titles, only when used right before a particular person's name. So some examples of this might be Dr. Dixon. Doctor is capitalized because it is right before a particular person. If it didn't have Dixon after it, doctor would not be capitalized. Another example is General Smith and President Donald Trump. Again, president is capitalized. It's a rank before a particular person's name. Geographic areas such as cities, states, countries, rivers, oceans, streets, parks, etc. Those are all items that would be capitalized. These are some examples here. The Mississippi River, California, G Street, Bob McLeod Park, Ontario, Pacific Ocean, and San Bernardino County. We also have Asia listed. And these are examples of geographical areas that would be capitalized when writing. Regions of the United States. These areas would also need to be capitalized. Some examples of this might be, I will be traveling to the Midwest this summer. So Midwest is capitalized here because it is describing a region of the United States. And then also, Stephen grew up in the South. So the South is a region in the United States. Let's go back here. Simple directions are not capitalized. So an example of that would be, you will need to go north on Main Street to get to my house. So north is not a region of the United States. That is a direction. So this is not capitalized. Historical periods and events. These would also be capitalized. So we have World War II, the Middle Ages, the Roaring Twenties, the Jazz Age. These are all some examples. And any other historical periods and events would also be capitalized when composing a writing piece. Religions, nationalities, and races of people are items that would be capitalized. So we have some examples here. We have Muslims, Americans, Japanese, Catholicism would be a religion, and Pacific Islanders. These would all be capitalized. Languages, countries, and adjectives related to those countries. So we have Spanish and English here. Those are all languages. We have Germany, which would be a country, and Russian exchange student and Danish art. Those are all adjectives related to those countries. So these items would be capitalized. Next, we have various names for God in the names of sacred books. So some examples of that would be God, the Bible, Bible being capitalized, Abba, another name for God, and the Quran, which is another sacred book. These items and any other in those categories would be capitalized. Specific school courses. Now these are capitalized. However, we do not capitalize general subjects unless they are languages. So Native American History, Geometry 104, American Sign Language, those are all specific classes and courses. So those are all capitalized. Now here's an example down here of when we would not capitalize a school course, and here it is. It's Steve is taking math. Math is not capitalized. It's a general subject. So Steve is taking math and English next semester. English is a language, so that is going to be capitalized. Names of specific schools, businesses, organizations, hospitals, and churches. These are items that you would need to capitalize. So some examples here are San Antonio Hospital, University of Laverne, Apple, Reliance Community Church, and Boys and Girls Club of America. These are all examples of names of specific schools, businesses, organizations, hospitals, and churches that would need to be capitalized. Brand names would also need to be capitalized. Some examples are Goldfish, Colgate, Welch's, and Cheerios. This is a pretty easy one to remember just because of all the advertisements that we see on TV and in magazines and so on. So the names of planets is the next one, and that's something that we would need to capitalize when writing. And some examples of the names of planets are Mercury, Mars, Saturn, and Jupiter. Now this does exclude the sun and the moon. Earth is also excluded sometimes. So Earth is a planet, so it would be capitalized in the sense that we're talking about that particular planet. So an example would be Marley's favorite planets are Earth, Mars, and Venus. An example of when we would not capitalize Earth is in the next sentence, Colton is studying all the animals and plants that live on the Earth. So we would not capitalize it in that use of Earth. Names of specific teams and clubs and their members. So some examples of this would be Democrats, the Dallas Cowboys, and the Republican Party. These are all names of specific teams and clubs and their members. And the last topic I'd like to talk to you about that we would capitalize would be titles of movies, books, chapters, and articles. And some of these examples would include Forrest Gump, The Chronicles of Narnia, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, so that is a book, and an article might be a suspense novelist trial of deceptions. So titles of movies, books, chapters, and articles are capitalized. So let's think of some more examples. So what I'd like for everyone to do is to please think of at least 3 examples for each of the slides presented and be prepared to share them with the class. So we can have discussions about this, and if anybody's confused or has any questions, we can go ahead and talk about that as a group together. So thank you so much and have a great afternoon.